Guys, it's good to be back with you for another shipping video. I was gone last week, but my good friend Max White stepped in for me, so hopefully you caught that Halloween shipping video. A lot of fun. I heard he did a really good job when I was gone. But I'm back this week and I get to tell you about this beautiful lineup of guitars that we've got here, and some really nice veneers that I just absolutely love. We've got two curly and Buoya. I love that veneer. It's got so much amazing colour in it. Ziricote, Redwood, burl, Royal Ebony with red, Royal Ebony with blue. And I'm going to tell you at the end of this video about Cocobolo. This is a stock Cocobolo guitar, but we've got new Cocobolo that's just arrived. So I'm going to tell you about that, and I might take you up into the veneer room at the end of the video as well, and show you some of this Cocobolo because it's absolutely divine. So as you probably know by now, every week we just put all the guitars together that we've built the week before, have a look at all the different details, and look at the different veneers. Kind of specifically, we tend to talk a lot about the veneers and the cosmetics and the colors and how they all work together. So it's a really nice way to just think about all the potential custom options that we have here at Emerald Guitars. And that's why it's going to be so nice at the end of this video to take you right back to the origins and starting point of how we select veneers, how we source them, how we cut them, and then put them online for you. So I'm going to take you on that tour at the end of this video, and I think that's going to be very insightful. So let's start at the beginning as always. And we're going to New York. So we seem to start every week, don't we, with the Amicus. We always start with the smallest ones. So Anton in New York has got the Amicus. This one finished in black carbon with a black fretboard, black hardware. This is a pure emerald, finished in the I guess the most minimal form of our materials. So we build everything from carbon fiber. This is just the exposed carbon fiber weave. We just put a clear coat over the top, no colors, nothing. So so you're seeing all the carbon in its purest form, and it's a beautiful form. So the Amicus, our little short scale 12 string, tuned in unisons, sounds so good, and we're going to be doing a lot more content on the Amicus very soon. Now, John in Texas. So John's gone for the X7. The X7 is our powder guitar. It's a 24-inch scale, nice little compact body, and this one is finished in the green transparent. So just like that, we start off with a black carbon fiber. We put a transparent green over the top. And what's really nice about doing the transparent colors is it's very much dependent on the light. You know, when you see bright, intense light on it, it looks very bright, and darker lights, it can almost look black. And so it's like a stained glass window. You know, if you've ever looked at a stained glass window in a church, as the light changes coming in through it, you know, maybe as clouds pass by, the colors in that glass change. And this is doing the exact same thing. The light is going down through that transparent green, shining back out through it again, and that's what gives you that really nice subtle color, and it's beautiful. All the colors are really nice, but the green, yeah, that's emerald. Now, Peter in Texas, another X7, and wow, this is a really nice guitar, so nicely fitted out here. This is Pau Ferro Veneer. So just like the other guitar, if you were to take away this top layer of veneer, which is only about 0.3 of a millimeter thick, underneath there you'd find that same black carbon fiber as we saw on the very first guitar. So that's the material that is right in here, and really it's just a very thin cosmetic veneer on top, but it gives you just such a wonderful look. It gives you that real natural beauty that we love to pull out and makes the guitar individual and unique. Inlay on this is the rose, the Celtic rose, finished all in white. So white on the rose as well as on the stem, and that looks wonderful. It's nice to see the roses. This was the design that I really caught my eye. I didn't design it. I think this was Yanis that designed this one. Such a nice design. So red carbon back and sides, and the high vibe pickup system. Next up, we have this X20, and this is going out to Wiesław in Poland. So we haven't sold a lot of guitars into Poland, but it's nice to have another going out that way. There's certainly been a few. So again, with the black carbon, that natural black carbon, and there's been a little bit of a custom addition on this. Generally, we don't put the Crevo on the X20, but as a special request, this was added on. It's actually added on with 2 separate outputs, and that meets his needs. So you've got the Graphtec piezos, United Crevo on a separate volume control, and oh, actually it's got the K&K Pure Minis inside as well. So essentially 3 pickups all in one here on this. Chrome hardware. Chrome really looks good against the black. Black carbon back and sides. And on his way to Poland. Now this is a nice pair. So first of these is going to Brett in Alabama, and this is Curly and Buoya, and it's a fantastic veneer. I love the coloration in it. It's got these light and dark browns. It's got some black in the quilting as well, and it's got this deep curl or quilt that runs through it. Got a really nice movement to it, and it's like a very deep chocolatey brown, curly maple almost. You know, it has those sort of feeling to it, but a very different color, and it looks fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Back and sides in this is finished in red carbon, and it works so well together. Then we've got Jocelyn in California. Jocelyn's gone for the very, very similar piece of veneer. A little bit of variation. Every piece is unique, but very similar. Again, with that wonderful grain, the wonderful curl that's running through it, but with the addition of the vines with dots, and the dots have been done in green. So the primary color is the silver, and the dots in green, and just how that catches the light there is wonderful. And incidentally, what we do with these as well, we're using transparent colors in the inlays as well, so it really, you know, catches the light and does that same kind of trick as we have with the transparent screens. Black carbon back and sides on that. Check that out. Now this one is going to Derek in Gloucester in England, and this kind of similar color tones actually to the Curly and Buoya, but this is Ziricote. And Ziricote is a wonderful veneer because it's got such a unique kind of grain pattern in it. It tends to have these very interesting, almost like block sections to it, and this has sort of subtly got that going down in the center here. You know, almost looks like it's so different from the rest that it was just pieced in there. But these wonderful patterns and lines on the center section. So you know, it's a little bit plainer, and it gets more and more intense as it goes down to this center, and then that, you know, just really carries the neck right through it, right the way through. Gold dots on it, I think, is a nice addition on the fretboard, and the amber carbon back and sides. Then we've got Terry in Michigan, and Terry has gone for Redwood burl. So Redwood burl, amazing colorations and detail, wonderful book match on here. You know, so you've got the 2 pieces book matched together, gives this sort of mirror effect, and such a really cool pattern going on down here. Yeah, it's kind of always like a kaleidoscope with the Redwood burl. We've got so many amazing variations. So if you go on and have a look in the Redwood burl section in the 3D Builder, it's just fun to see all the different patterns and finishes in there. Black carbon back and sides, LR bags, pickup system, another nice X20. So quite an X20 lineup today. A good selection of X20s. Now this one is going out to Japan, to Shimasu, and this is Royal Ebony. Royal Ebony is just such a wonderful veneer because of all the unique characteristics and the unique pattern that runs through it. So we tend to find stuff that has a lot of sort of contrasting color between the light wood and the dark. and so it creates this great pattern. But on this one then we put a transparent red over the top, so so that's what gives this deep blood red color. So what I like about the Royal Ebony is just how black the pattern is on it. You know, it is totally jet black, and you can see as it runs into the black fade that we put around the edge, how it just seems like it just seamlessly disappears off the edge and unifies with the rest of the guitar, and I've always liked that. Red carbon back and sides, again with the Eller Bags pickup system. Wonderful red guitar. Now this one is going to Robert in Quebec, and this is our X20 lefty. So the X20 is the one model that we do in left-handed, and we were just talking about this last night. Somebody was asking me if I could do a left-handed Virtuo, and unfortunately I can't at the moment because we don't have a mold for it, and it's a really big undertaking to make a mold for one of our guitars, and unfortunately you have to weigh up, you know, the potential return from every mold that we build, and we don't, I suppose, maybe have enough demand right now to merit making another left-handed mold. But the X20, we're very happy we have it. It's allowed us to build X20s in the 6-string form, 12-string form, nylon, you know, any of our customizations, and it's really nice to have that there. So so the X20 lefty, it's just an exact replica of our standard X20, but just reversed. Now, what I will say, actually, it's not an exact replica of our current X20, it's an exact replica of the previous X20, because we did some modifications and updates on the X20 design, and we changed the cutaway here on the other X20 a few years ago, but this is the previous, so it's sort of, you've still got you've got the classic X20 lefty shape here, and but it's still very elegant. So this one's finished in vibrant green back and sides, gold hardware, these gold Go-To 510s, which just look like a beautiful piece of jewelry, and gold stem running up the fretboard with the silver rose at the top, and I just think that looks incredible. Just fantastic color choices. I think the gold vine running up there, you know, tying together with the gold hardware on the green, it's a really nice choice. So Robert, beautiful guitar going your way. Now, last one we've got here is going to John in Texas, and John's gone for a Kestrel. So this is also got the Royal Ebony. So it's a bigger pattern Royal Ebony here, and I think it works very well. Royal Ebony with transparent blue over the top, and it's a beautiful blue guitar. Blue archtops, just gotta love a blue archtop guitar. So blue carbon back and sides, Royal Ebony on that wonderful Kestrel body. It's got the Crevo humbucker here. We've got our floating tailpiece, floating bridge, that wonderful slotted headstock. I'm not sure what the strings are on here, but they're definitely flat winds, and so I should actually check in advance exactly what the strings are. Maybe we'll check, because they were probably a custom request. We'll probably check what those strings are and put them in a caption. And we've got a little logo going on here in the 12th fret. So along with the silver offset lines. So very nice detailing on there. Beautiful Kestrel to finish off this week. And let's go on to Texas. So that's a beautiful lineup of guitars that have been designed by you guys. And they've all been designed on the Emerald Guitars 3D Builder, and it's something we're very proud of, that we've been able to give you that interface to be able to design your dream guitar. But we have to put all those details into the 3D Builder. You're not just seeing like a one-off representation of a veneer, you're seeing that actual piece of veneer. So the actual piece of veneer and pattern that's on this guitar right here, that was a piece of veneer that we took and we photographed and uploaded digitally onto the 3D Builder. You're able to move that and position it to exactly where you want. So it's a very detailed process. And as I was saying, we just got a stock of Cocobolo. So this is a Cocobolo X30 12 string that we currently have in stock. And I don't know why we have that in stock, because that should sell instantly. This is just such an amazing guitar. Amazing to look at, amazing to play. And Cocobolo is just such a wonderful veneer. It's been so hard to get it recently. We had, I think we had enough for about 5 or 6 guitars that we made for stock just quite recently, and they all sold pretty fast. This one's still there. I guess that because it's a 12 string, it's a slightly smaller market. But what we love about Cocobolo is the coloring. It's got so much characteristic. It's got such beautiful color, just really rich, vibrant colors on it. The contrast between the light wood and the dark wood. Some of it has some beautiful knots in it, and over the years it's been probably one of our most popular veneers. And finally I was able to source some from one of our suppliers, and it just arrived this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a little tour up to our veneer room, and we're going to open that box together. Okay guys, so we're up here in the veneer room, and what we have behind us here is all our different shelves that have different species in it. Every one has all our pre-cut pieces of veneer, and you know, we've just every piece is here in sections and numbered, and they've all been cut to size and photographed and then uploaded to the site. And we always try and have maybe 500 or 600 different options on our site. But so this is a roll of Cocobolo that's just come in, and you handle this very carefully. And here we have it. So I thought it'd be nice that I get to see this for the first time along with you guys, and we get to see what we've got. So I buy this stuff at the trust of my supplier. I get some pictures, and then I want to get to see it in person when it arrives here. But oh my god, it is so nice, so nice. So like, we were just talking about that guitar earlier and what we love about it, and this is a great example of Cocobolo. The blacks are very intense and black, and I can see you know, there's total black here. You can see a lot of the oils coming up through it, so it's obviously going to be a little bit of a challenge as well for us to isolate that and get it right, but we always can. And the grain pattern is amazing. Now if I just take and give it a little spray here, you'll just see the color intensity coming out a little bit more. So yeah, you can see how amazing the colors are. See all the patterns on that. Some very interesting areas in either end, and this is the first of 4 sections that I've got coming, and all will be a little bit different. So these are all cut consecutively off a tree. We've got a section down here. Fortunately, it's quite broken. It's going to be hard to work with down there, but a lot of it is very usable. And let's see as we go on down through here what we're looking at. Yeah, there's a lot pulled out of these bits. Although we've done some interesting things with some sections where there's knots have come out, and you know, weird grain with holes, and we end up leaving carbon exposed, and that's been actually really cool. We've done that a few times. So this is all going to be going on there. What I have to do now is I have to decide where to cut this stuff. So typically what we do is we try and get the most value out of it. If there's a very unique pattern in a certain area, I'll be trying to cut to make sure that that's in it, and thinking about how it'll position on the 3D builder. But with this, probably what we're going to do is cut this into 3 sections, and out of that 3 sections you get 6 variations, because you can look at it both ways round. So it does give a lot of options, and then whenever you see it on a guitar, you're going to see something like that, you know, with that that beautiful light wood. You know, we can turn it the other way around, see it with this section centered. So it's gives a lot of variations. So anyway, that is the Cocobolo. What's going to happen, we're going to cut those into pieces. Then we're going to take them over here. We photograph every piece in this little photo booth. We have a camera installed up on top here, keeps it at a fixed position. You'll notice on the 3D builder, if you drag the piece of veneer too far, you end up seeing grid lines, and that's because the photograph is like larger than the actual piece of veneer. So then you have to position that. So that's where that happens. Everything is lined out. Then we cut it in here in our laser. The laser cuts out very accurately the veneer. It's all uploaded onto the 3D builder, and that's how we do it. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into some of our processes for veneers. Keep an eye out over the next few weeks because there's going to be more Cocobolo going online. I'm going to try and get this batch uploaded within the next couple of days. So maybe as you're watching this on Friday, we're going to attempt actually to have this online, or at least some of it, for when the shipping video goes live in a couple of days' time. So thanks for watching. Hope you're all having a great week, and see you again next week.